Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of voice of radio. So today, we're going to be taking a look at a brand new special energy card. It's going to be coming out in Unified Minds, and it has been dropped onto the official website this morning. Now, our translation today actually comes from Google Translate /Wossy, but don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I will make sure I check with the lovely David Hockman or Joe from Cerebi.net or somebody else, so if I'm posting this, you know I've checked it and I feel pretty gosh darn confident that we've got the right thing. So, what's all this new energy card about then? Well, the literal name of it, and it is a new card, so we don't know exactly what it's going to be called, but the literal name of it is Weak Guard Energy. Cool. What does it do? Takes away your weakness. This provides one colorless energy. The Pokemon this is attached to has no weakness. It is literally a special energy card that removes your weakness. Well, that's pretty gosh darn good now, isn't it? I mean, a little while ago we got a very specific version of this. We got Flash Energy. Now, Flash Energy was only for lightning Pokemon. That's all it did. Couldn't use it for anybody else. It was literally only for lightning Pokemon. And here's the thing. I don't know how many of you were playing when Flash Energy was out, but I was. And Flash Energy saw a little bit of play. In Mega Manectric decks, for instance, it wasn't played in every single variant, but there were enough Manectric variants playing Flash Energy to make it a good card and to make it a bit missed when it went away. The question is, which decks are actually going to make room for it? So, if we give an example of one that really isn't, how about Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team GX? Now, coming out, we're getting a Frostlass. And Frostlass, you can put up to 7 damage counters on, and you do 20 damage for each damage counter you put on, and it's all for like one basic water energy. So, if you put the full 7 damage counters on, with weakness you do 280. Frostlass is just about the best possible counter to Reshiram and Charizard. So you might be thinking, well, hang on a second, surely, it makes a lot of sense that you would want to play this in Reshiram and Charizard decks to take away your weakness so that you can't be hit by something like Frostlass. And generally speaking, yes, it is. But here's the thing. How are you ever going to do that? Because you see, you're relying on a whole bunch of cards that use basic energy. So let's take something like Welder. Welder attaches basic fire energy from your hand. Or Fire Crystal, that picks basic fire energy out your discard. Or Fiery Flint, which searches basic fire energy out of your deck. Or Arcanine, which accelerates basic fire energy from your discard. You see where I'm going with this? When you're super hyper reliant on using basic energy, something like this just isn't even an issue. It's not even a thing anymore. You can't do it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's a little bit sad. But how about something like Celebi and Venusaur? Now, I'm not saying you're going to use this in Celebi and Venusaur, but what I am saying is that Celebi and Venusaur's got a terrible weakness to Reshiram and Charizard. Also Blacephalon, incidentally, which sees rather a lot of play. There's a bad weakness, right? So you pop this on, and then all of a sudden you don't have a weakness to them. And you're not really playing any cards that limit you to only playing basic grass energy. Now, to be fair, we're losing double colorless energy, so this does get a bit slower next format. But all of a sudden you've got no weakness, and let's not forget I showed you Great Potion the other day that heals 50 damage from your active Pokemon GX, which makes Venusaur a whole bunch better, Celebi and Venusaur. And yeah, we're looking pretty good at this stage. This is great in Celebi and Venusaur. Certainly I would want to play it. The other thing I need to point out here, of course, is as much as we're losing stuff like double colorless energy, we're losing Enhanced Hammer. And we're losing Kartana to the rotation. And what do those two cards have in common? They were the two best ways to get rid of special energy in the entire game. Now, there's still plenty of Pokemon out there like Zeraora, for instance, or Yveltal, that have attacks that remove special energy. If they do, they do. But that's about the best way. Now, we are getting a Giratina. And this Giratina is kind of Kartana, but only to the active. It will discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, rather than discarding a special energy from anywhere on the field. So it's not as good, but it's kind of cool. It's alright. Certainly it could take away your energy, but then again, is a Reshiram and Charizard deck going to be playing a copy of Giratina to try and get rid of this? I'm not entirely sure. And if you're playing this new energy, then all of a sudden, your opponent can't actually KO you with Reshiram and Charizard unless they've got 6 energy on and use a GX attack. Otherwise, they're doing 213. Healing is what Celebi and Venusaur does. I like this. I also really like this in Porygon Z decks. Certainly over in Japan, since Porygon Z came out, we've seen some weird decks running around. Decks that play a whole bunch of different special energy and take advantage of Porygon Z's ability to attach as many special energy as you like during your turn. So here, not only can you just use this as an extra energy, but you take away your weakness and you don't have to worry about it being your energy for the turn. It's really quite nice. Now, there are some downsides to special energy. They're really hard to search out. We've got Red Challenge, but you've got to discard 2 cards from your hand and it's your supporter for the turn. We don't have Energy Lotto anymore. That's gone away. And for a little while now, recovering them has been next to impossible. We don't have Puzzle of Time, and we don't have Special Charge. Though we're not losing them this year, we actually lost them to the rotation that happened in September 2018. And there's the odd specific Pokemon like Oranguru that can get them back, but generally speaking, getting Special Energy back is a little bit awkward. The fact of the matter is that some decks are never going to use this. Grand Bull that attacks for 1 basic fairy energy is never going to use this. It is just not on the cards. It is not happening. But there's so many other decks that could. What's to stop Pikarom putting 1 or 2 of these in? Now I know Pikachu and Zekrom use Volkner, which searches out the energy. And I know that Tapu Koko accelerates basic energy from the discard. But you don't need that many energy to take advantage of them. So that kind of opens a door for this to come in here. I mean, the best thing about this card is you can take any Pokemon with an awkward weakness and just take it away. Just get rid of it. And maybe you're struggling to search it out. And maybe your opponent's got Pokemon that can get rid of it, and maybe it all goes wrong. But it's that silver bullet. It's that thing where you're going, I love Celebi and Venusaur. I really want to play Celebi and Venusaur, but I'm too worried about Reshiram and Charizard. And I'm not saying this makes the matchup with Reshiram and Charizard good. They've still got Welder. They'll still outspeed you. You're still needing to heal a lot because they're still doing 230 every turn, even if they're not getting a one-hit KO. But maybe this is the kind of thing that allows you to compete. Or maybe you do see a couple copies of this in a cheeky Reshiram and Charizard deck, in case someone's playing Frostlass. Either way, I think there's a huge amount of potential here, and I like this card very much indeed. I'm giving it 4 Wassies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving it 4 Wassies. I think it's really good, and I think it's a kind of card where even if it's not a staple in every deck, even if it's not seeing a huge amount of play in a huge amount of decks, I still think it will be popping up here or there. You'll start looking at the results of a regional championship, and there'll be someone who made top 8 with a spicy list chucking in a couple of these. If it's not an amazing card, I think at the very, very least, it's that kind of card. But I'd like to know what you think. So please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus pods, etc., head on over to patreon.com where you can do exactly that. /PTCGRadio. Incidentally, I'm coming up to my Patreon anniversary. I don't know if that's particularly significant, although they're emailing me about it every day or two. But if you want to join in and celebrate the Patreon anniversary, head on over. And do please make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WhatsYPlays, where we talk about Transformers and Keyforge and whatever other games take my fancy. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross and you've been watching PTCG Radio.